Is ayahuasca a magic cure for everything? Will it solve my anxiety, my depression, my relationship problems, my money issues, my health conditions, my confusion around my purpose and my partner? Will I become enlightened? The answer is no. Ayahuasca is a great teacher, and a teacher is as good as the student is willing to be. Or let me rephrase that. A teacher is as good as the amount of homework the student actually is ready to do. So you can get a guitar teacher, you can get the most proficient and genius guitar player in the world. But if you never practice guitar, does it mean that he's a bad teacher? No. But will you become any better? Probably not. So I have met a lot of people that have drunk ayahuasca hundreds of times, and their lives are a little bit better. They are better than when they started, but I see them year after year stuck in very similar places, very similar karmic loops, cycles of repetition of patterns, fears, insecurities, worries. And first I thought, oh, maybe this medicine is not as good as people say it is, because why is this person drinking so often and they're still stuck in the same place? But I also realized through some other participants, through myself, through one of the men that I mentor privately, his life was radically changed very quickly, like day and night. Almost like a process of total destruction and rebirth of who he is, who he was, what he does. And I thought, wow, like this guy really changed, and it took very little. But when I talked with him, it did not take very little. He received just as much homework, as many visions and guidance from the medicine, but he took great care integrating it. He would come home, he would write down in his journal about his experiences. He would go through different processes that we came up with together, or he developed by himself, to follow through on the things he had seen, the things he had learned about himself, about life. He will implement the lessons, and he will ensure to implement them before coming and drinking medicine again. So he was the perfect student. He was a fruit that was ripe, that was ready to sprout into its most beautiful and sweet expression. I have also seen people that have come and they've had overwhelmingly beautiful and sacred experiences with ayahuasca, and their lives actually spiraled downwards afterwards. And sometimes they message me months later, or I reach out to check in with them, and I sense a little bit of bitterness, resentment towards me, towards the medicine, maybe towards the process, because they felt that it brought them to a lower place. And in conversation, I have realized that actually it brought up all the nonsense, all the bullshit they were not ready to face and to heal. It turned the lights on a room that was very messy, and they refused to clean it up. So when you realize that you're tripping over your life, but you cannot see why you're tripping, why your house smells so bad, then you figure out, okay, something needs to change, because you don't see what's happening, and your home doesn't feel like a home. It stinks. So then you drink ayahuasca, or you do yoga, or you join a spiritual journey. And ayahuasca turns the lights on, and you realize, wow, you spent 30 years accumulating a lot of stuff. Your house is cluttered with so many things that are smelling bad. It is overwhelming, and probably it creates a little bit of anxiety to see so much chaos within you. Chaos that before, at least, it was on the shadows. But right now you have a chance to clean it because you have seen it. And this is the homework for one guy, the guy that I was mentoring. He decided, he saw all that needed to be cleaned up, and he was disciplined in cleaning it up. So his life transformed drastically in a very fast pace. And the opposite also happened. There was a guy that he saw that there was a lot of mess, a lot of chaos, a lot of old trauma came up, a lot of old habits, addictions who started resurfacing. And he just felt that he was better when he was a little bit numb, when he was disconnected, when at least he didn't remember about that thing that had happened. Which is another way of saying that he saw his house was very dirty, and the overwhelming emotions around that overwhelmed him. they, they overtook him, and then now he had to sit and still live in a house that was dirty, that smelled bad, but now he could see it. So when a person can see what needs to be changed and doesn't change it, then new addictions come up, more anxiety, depression, because you gotta numb yourself, you gotta dim the lights once again to pretend that that's not there. And that is a lot more difficult. I think a lot more difficult than actually doing the work and dealing with them, right? So ayahuasca is not a magic cure. It is an incredible teacher, and if you're willing to do the work, your life will be transformed in a weekend. I promise you that. It is a teacher that will give you a right push in a direction of cleansing your body, releasing a lot of things, helping you go through a lot of stuff. But at the end, you have to do the work. So you have to ask this question: am I ready to do the work? And if yes, let's do it. And if not, then learn to accept and love your life the way that it is. And one day when you feel ready, when you are ready to honor your dreams more than your fears, when you're ready to take a bold step, turning the lights on and seeing what needs to be dealt and cleaned in your body, your mind, and your heart, then that day you're ready to drink ayahuasca. I hope it was useful. Once again, the links are below if you ever want to drink medicine with us in Colombia, or if you want me to guide you through your preparation and integration processes for drinking medicine, whether it's with us or whether you're going on your own in a different medicine house. There's also the links for these courses below. I hope it was useful, and we'll chat soon.